sensor address 1, then we've got the ground reference for that signal, then we've got signal 2, sensor address 2, then we've got another ground, like that. So there's always a ground after the signal. The depth one is quadrature. Okay, that's the type of signal, the type of module, quadrature, the step voltage. Okay. And yeah, so our CT depth, sometimes we've got units that have an encoder on the rail and one on the injector as well.
Two depths, yeah.
Yeah, so we might have injector depth and reel depth in the same configuration, and then we'll see that one of them is quadrature 1, the other one will obviously be quadrature 2. Okay? But only one of them will be assigned at the top, will be assigned channel type depth. Okay?
Is it good to have two encoders?
Not
because in Iraq we have two with the CT trucks, like in the injector and the reel.
Some people like it. I just think it leads to questions, because even if you're calibrated them the same,
it will not be same.
It won't be the same, because you get a little bit of slippage here, you get a little bit of slippage there.
But end of the day, we can have accumulated depth,
yeah.
like a formula we can make it up.
Yeah, but the company man doesn't understand. The company man thinks.
But there, some company mans they need two. In Iraq, they need two.
Another source, friction.
Yeah.
Friction, really?
It's good to have two sources. Yeah. So, like if you have the injector, chains move up, so then you will not need anything. So then you have the other backup, which is on the reel. No need to stop the operation and go to the injector and fix it. And, you know, that's why it's good to have two encoders.
Yeah.
And some we have in Iraq some units we have two encoders we're using.
Yeah. I guess it mostly depends on what the customer asks, does it? Okay. So yeah. So basically the configuration is how we tell the software which wires on which module represent which channels. Okay. In your system, you've got this all set up. Okay, it's in there. It's ready to go. It coordinates with what's in the box. Okay, so if I now close that, and if I actually run the acquisition software, okay, so I'm going to start the viewer. You guys have got you've got an icon, you've got like a shortcut on the desktop for the viewer, the black square. Yeah. If you double click on that black square, okay, the software is going to pop up. Now what you'll notice is you should get you should get a black square. See down at the bottom next to the clock? You should get a little black square that pops up, yeah? And then you might get some messages coming from that. Okay, there's mine. I've got a green. Have you got a green light on yours? Or
it will be red light.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got the yellow triangle. Yeah. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's what we'd expect, because we're not connected to the box, right? So it's telling us we've got a yellow triangle as a warning there. We're not connected to the box. That's okay. We'd expect that. All right. Now, so okay, I'll go through the process again. Remember, the viewer, right? These numbers are coming from the acquisition. The acquisition is only represented by this little square. That's
you have opened the viewer separately now?
No. What I did, I did the same as you. I opened the viewer. What we've programmed the software. The viewer says to the acquisition, "Hey, I've been opened. You need to start as well. You need to start as well. So the viewer start. So this is the viewer, obviously. The acquisition program that actually communicates with the box and records the data is just represented by this tiny small square. We don't have any other interaction with it, right? There's no other windows. All right. So if we didn't have the viewer, if this wasn't open, but I had a green light down here, that's okay. I'm recording data, right? The job can go on. I'm actually recording. I can open the viewer again at any time just to see the data, but right now it is actually recording. Now, what is it recording? That's the question. Okay, if you go to your acquisition, the little icon where you've got the yellow triangle, okay, and make a right click. Okay, you'll get a menu, and if you go on that menu, if you run your cursor to where it says select configuration, like that, yeah, you'll see that you get the list of configurations from the Orion Net configuration program. Do you see that? Almost.
Configuration, right?
Go right click and then just go up to select configuration and let it pop out.
Alright, it's popped out.
Yeah, you can see a few different things in there. You've got a default, you've got a simulator, and then you've got one called by the unit name, is it? Orion?
Yeah,
5096.
Okay, and that's the one that's got the little tick next to it, right? Because you're used to being connected to the box.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you, so if you want to choose the one that says Orion V simulator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Choose?
Yeah. Just click it. Yeah.
Just select it.
And it'll say, do you want to switch
Choose
over?
job
Just-
acquisition and recording.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
okay. Yes, yes. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
let's see what comes up.
Start waiting just
Okay,
like
very good, very good. Okay, just
Job acquisition we will.
yes. So if you just cancel that that little window in the front there, cancel that one just now. All right. So what you've done, okay? If you remember all the programs there that we had, all those 4 programs. All right. So when you first opened the viewer, it told the